All right, guys, Mikey here from Mikey's Iron Rage. Guys, I got another 2022 Mr. Olympia video yet again for use today. And we're going to do it on third place Mr. Olympia finisher Nick Walker versus fifth place Mr. Olympia finisher Big Ramy. And how Big Ramy went from first place in 2020 and first place in 2021 to fifth place in 2022, man, he fell off a fucking cliff. I mean, look at his midsection. It's all washed out. He's got lumps on his quads. His arms, his biceps, triceps were down. His lats weren't flaring out like they usually do. But then again, that's because his midsection was very blocky compared to other years. Nick Walker, on the other hand, had a really, really ripped midsection. Very blocky, but he had a very ripped midsection at least. Nick Walker looked really good, and I don't know. I think he could have placed second. The more I look at these pictures of Derek Lunsford and Nick Walker, I don't know. The more I can say that I think Nick Walker might have had this second place finish in the bag, but it's that fucking midsection. It's just way too blocky, and his upper body overpowers his legs, as you guys can see in this front double bicep. Okay, he reminds me of Jay Cutler a little bit. Jay Cutler always had big legs, and so does Nick, but the upper body is just so big that it makes his legs look a little small, so structurally he's out of balance, and then he's got that blocky midsection. But you can't really do anything about that. If you want to be Nick Walker's size, it's really hard not to get, a bubble gut. Big Ramy went years and years and years at 280, 290 pounds, but he never had a bubble gut. Never had a bubble gut. Now check out these pictures right here, guys, of them holding a crab most muscular or a hands clasp most muscular, whatever you want to call it. And Nick looks really good, but his midsection's protruding. And then you look at Big Ramy's midsection in this pose, and you say, wow, Ramy's midsection looks crazy. Because in some poses, his midsection did look really good, but in a lot of other poses, his midsection looked washed out. It looked a little blocky. His quads had lumps on them. And, I mean, he was just totally off, in my opinion. But anyways, guys, this is a three-part video. The first part of the video is Nick Walker posing. The second part of the video is Big Ramy posing. And then the last part of the video is them posing side by side. So we can really see the difference in the physiques. And I don't know. Nick looks really, really, really good. But it's that midsection. And this was prejudging, guys. I didn't have any night show footage for Big Ramy. And I did have night show footage for Nick Walker, but the quality wasn't that great. And then when he hits that front double bicep, my God, his fucking arms are gigantic. His forearms are huge too. But his biceps and triceps are so big, they make his forearms look small. He's got a great side chest pose. Great side chest pose. He might not have the widest chest, but his chest is nice and round. And when he hits that side chest, his side chest pops like crazy. And then, of course, he's got the conditioning to go with it. He has great hams and glutes, nice set of calves, and I love his rear double bicep. He's got a great rear double bicep pose. It's kind of reminiscent a little bit of Phil Heath in a way. I said it yesterday, 2015 Phil Heath in that pose. And in 2015, Phil Heath was wearing the red trunks. In the rear lat spread, I don't really like the way he looks in the rear lat spread. Kind of resembles Big Ramy, actually, in the rear lat spread. I want to see what they both look like side by side. That'll be the last part of the video. And now we got Big Ramy coming up. And like I said, in some poses and some shots, he looks good. But I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with his midsection. I don't know what was going on with his quads. His arms were a little bit down as well, triceps especially. Let's see. His calves were always pretty small. His front lat spread, though, is pretty good, though. He has a pretty good front lat spread, and he's got a decent V-taper when he hits the front lat spread. Now, let's see all the other poses for Big Ramy. And he also had lumps in his glutes. He had lumps in his glutes. I don't know if that was from site injections or what, but he didn't look like that a week out from the Mr. Olympia contest. Side chest is okay, but look at his arms, though. Look at his triceps. I don't know, guys. He might be falling into the pancake department. Big Ramy, look. I don't know. He looks like he might be falling into that pancake department. Big Ramy looked a lot better last year, I could tell you that. And in 2020, he looked the best, in my opinion. Wow, guys, let's check out the back shots because his lower back was just non-existent. Look at that. Look at his lower back. It's like non-existent. His upper back looks great. If his lower back tied in with the upper back, like it did, if his lower back tied in with the upper back, it would look so much better. He would have one of the best rear double bicep poses. And then the rear lat spread, you see, he resembles Nick Walker in the rear lat spread. Yeah, of course, he's wider and bigger, but he does resemble Nick Walker in the rear lat spread. And then look at the quads, man. Look at the lumps in the quads. And then look, yeah, you could see the abs, but they're not super ripped like they were in years past. No fucking way. No way. And plus, Big Ramy's getting older. He's like fucking 39 years old or something like that. Nick Walker's only 28. Nick Walker's very young. Very, very young. But those lumps on the quads, that's a really bad look for Big Ramy. And like I said, he did not look like this 2 weeks out or a week out or even 5 days out. I seen footage that Dennis James put up and he looked nothing like this. All right, guys. Now, this is the finals, and this is Nick Walker going up against, going side by side with Big Ramy. And Big Ramy definitely looked a little bit better at the night show, and so did Nick. Nick looked a little bit better at the night show, but Nick still looks way better than Big Ramy does, I can tell you that. The skin tone is perfect. Big Ramy's skin tone is good, too. Big Ramy's got really good side sweep to the quads, but look how small his arms are. Big Ramy's arms are really small. Nick kills him in that side chest pose. Now, guys, let's check out the back shots because this is where Nick Walker is going to destroy Big Ramy. Ready? Look at that. Look at Nick Walker's rear double bicep. And then look at Big Ramy's missing half of his back. I tell you one thing, Nick Walker looked a lot better here, hitting the rear double bicep than he did in prejudging. He tightened up so much more and he tanned up a little bit more. Yeah, you see, look at them in the rear lat spread. They look identical almost, except for obviously Nick Walker's a lot smaller, but they look really similar in the rear lat spread. Now let's check out this pose real quick. Side tricep. Nick's got a nice tricep. And Big Ramy's falling into that pancake department, guys. My God. I mean, it still has a nice little cut to it, but it did not look like it did in years past. Man, Big Ramy definitely fell off. His abs look decent here. His abs look decent when he hits it, but I don't know. Otherwise, Nick Walker was a lot better than Big Ramy was, and that's crazy because Big Ramy placed first last year and first in 2020, but I digress. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys think that Nick Walker should have placed better than third? And do you think Big Ramy should have placed better than fifth or worse than fifth? Guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Mikey from Mikey's Iron Rage. Peace out.